I'm Ted Keys in Pasadena, California. Welcome to my Tuesday conference call, a high-powered meeting I hold live every Tuesday for top-producing freight agents. Go to tedkeysonline.com for complete call information. Then join us weekly to see serious, new, struggling, and experienced sales professionals move more freight efficiently, effectively, effortlessly, and make more money financially. So watch my Tuesday conference call highlighted there on your screen right now. Then go to tedkeysonline.com to hear more podcasts, read more blog posts, watch more videos, and visit my Freight Sales Success Store for top-notch products to explode your business today. Enjoy watching and applying my Tuesday conference call.
Welcome again to my Tuesday conference call. What we're going to talk about today, if you go to the last email that I sent everybody, is we're going to talk about our topic today. Our topic today is titled, Listen More Than You Talk. Listen more than you talk. You'll be surprised at how much more successful you'll become in this profession, or really in any profession, if you actually listen more than you talk. Actually open your ears instead of opening your mouth, because really that's where we learn the most. We learn the most when we focus, open our ears, and actually listen to what's coming into them. Now, I made a point earlier, and Debbie made a point earlier, that we learn from our mistakes. Well, here's a faster way to learn as well. Focus and listen about the information that's coming in. And here's the thing. When you make a call, when you call a prospect, if you don't listen to what they're saying, you will not know what their needs and requirements are. So, listen more than you talk. If you scroll down to the number of attachments that I sent you, as usual, first one is our January leaderboard. Again, congratulations to all of you that are on there. For those of you that are not or are in lower positions, I would make it your goal to climb up. Once you climb up in any of those categories, you will see how lucrative this profession can be. Anyway, let's go to the first one. First attachment, if you open it up there, or go ahead and open it up, I've got a rendition, a writing from a gentleman by the name of Richard Branson. If you don't know who Richard Branson is the gentleman that founded, started, and is the CEO right now of Virgin Atlantic Airlines. It's an English-based company, but Richard Branson has been quite the spokesman. You see him around talking about his business and a lot of other issues. But Richard Branson wrote this piece recently, and he calls it Best Advice, Listen More Than You Talk, which is a topic of our conversation today. I'm just going to go ahead and read through this real quickly. Basically, Richard says, in the past 2 years, I have shared some of the best advice I ever received from my mom and my business partner, business mentor, Sir Freddie Lager. This year, I thought I would share a simple tip from another person who had an enormous impact upon my life, and that was his father. Now, as he states, when I grew up, our house was always a hive of activity, with Mom dreaming up new entrepreneurial schemes left, right, and center, and me and my sisters running wild. You are as likely to find me helping Mom with a new project as outside climbing a tree, which means he was inside focusing on what his mom was teaching him instead of running around outside. Amidst all the fun and chaos, Dad was always supportive, calming influence on us all. He wasn't quiet, but he was not often as talkative as the rest of us. It made for a wonderful balance, and we always knew we could rely on him no matter what. With this discreet support lay one of the best and most simple pieces of advice for me. That is, listen more than you talk, because nobody learned anything by hearing themselves speak. Wherever I go, I try to spend as much time as possible listening to the people I meet, I am fortunate to travel widely and come across fascinating characters from all walks of life. While I am always happy to share my own experiences with them, it would be foolish if I didn't listen back. It is one of the reasons why I always carry a pen and notebook, not to mention an iPad, to note my thoughts. You never know what you might learn from simply listening to the people around you. Whether it is an attendant on a train, an engineer beneath a spaceship of a customer service rep at a computer, I am endlessly surprised by what new and useful information I can gather just by keeping my ears open. I sometimes come across people in business, especially if they have been fortunate enough to have some success, that are very fond of their own voices. They love to hear themselves talk. After saying their piece, they visibly switch off from what others are saying, offering a perfunctory nod or fiddling with their phone rather than making eye contact and really engaging. Conversely, the most successful entrepreneurs I know all have excellent listening skills in common. I presume those who choose not to listen must think that they have already learned all there is to know. Taking my dad's advice visually, I like to think of a circle that represents everything we could possibly learn. What I personally know would make a dot so minuscule it couldn't be seen. What humanity has collectively learned so far would make up a tiny mark within the circle. Everything we all have to learn in the future would take up the rest of the space. It is a big universe, and we all are learning more about it every day. If you aren't listening, you are missing out. Thank you, Richard Branson, for sharing that. As you can see, if you're looking at this attachment, you'll see a picture of Richard there with his 90-year-old father in 2008. Now, let's go ahead and X out of there. Let's go to the next. Let's go to the next attachment. But before I do that, let me just say a few things. Listening is a skill. It's an art. I mean, if you master this skill, you are so far ahead of the game in this profession, actually in life, because those that learn the most, those that get the farthest, are the ones that actually listen. Not only listen, but are able to tell you, able to say back to you what you've just said. I mean, if you really want to impress somebody, get in a conversation with somebody and actually say back to them during the conversation what they just said. You will see their eyes light up because they know that you are actually listening to them. However, the best skill, one of the best skills that you can learn in this profession and in life is the skill and the art of listening, and it is a skill, it is an art, because most of society in our world today, all they want to do is talk and hear themselves talk. And that's one of the worst things you can do, especially when you're on a call with somebody for the first time. The best thing that you want them to know is that you listen to them, to what they had to say, and especially to what their challenges are with their job. Hold on a second, folks. Which leads to my next document, and that states, remember when you're calling your prospects and customers, it's not about you, it's all about them, their company, their challenges, their needs, their email number and info, and your solution. And the solution comes when they actually ask you for it. However, when you first get on a call, your main goal is to listen. Listen about who they are, listen about their company, the challenges that they have, whatever it is they need, and your solution for it. It is never, ever, ever about us. It is always about them. Let's click on the third one. Just a few couple quips here, a few couple insights on listening. Remember, when calling prospects and customers, here it is. The less you say, the better you sound. How ironic is that? The less you say, the better you sound. The more silent you are, the better you come across as somebody that actually cares for that individual that you're speaking to. So it's quite ironic. The less you say, the better you sound. Let's X out of there and go ahead into the next one. And that is, remember when you're calling your prospects and customers that you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Let me say that again. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Therefore, close your mouth and open your ears. Why do you do that? Because you have 1 more ear than you do a mouth. You have twice as many ears as you do a mouth. So what does that mean? You use your ears twice as much. That's why you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. You use them all equally. That means you use your ears twice as much as you do your mouth. Hence, work and perfect your listening skills. Let's X out of there and go into the next one. Another little quip here when it comes to actually earning money in any profession, especially this profession. Always remember when you're calling your prospects and customers that your ears will always out-earn your mouth. Those that listen the most will out-earn their counterparts just by using your ears more than your mouth. We all want to talk. We all want to see how, what we sound like. We all think that we have to talk to actually impress a customer. Trust me, a customer will be much more impressed by you listening than you talking. And when I say listening, I mean listening and actually saying back to them what they just said. So are you saying that you've had some brokers that actually have dropped their loads on you and then they don't communicate with you after that? They say that they'll recover the load, but that's the last you hear of them? Wow. Well, believe me, can I show you how I can assist you in that area? And then close your mouth and listen to what they have to say. Your ears will always out-earn your mouth. Let's X out of there. One more thing as far as listening goes, and by listening, just by listening and hearing what they say, remember while you're speaking to them that people love to talk about themselves. Typically when you're listening, it's because the other person is speaking about themselves. It's speaking about what their concerns are, what just happened with them that day, that hour, that minute. People love to talk about themselves. We all love to talk about ourselves. It's just the habit in all of us. So, as you're listening to your prospect talk about themselves, their company, their needs, find a subject, idea, or situation that you're both interested in. For you, first time out, it's solving their challenges. Once you find out what that is, you won't be able to stop them from talking. Once a prospect or anybody knows that you're listening, you're basically giving them the green light to go ahead and fill you in on whatever it is that you're inquiring about, whatever that is. Of course, in our profession, you're concerned about solving their freight solutions, their challenges. Just one last little document here that I wanted to tack on here. Speaking of customers, and that is, always remember, our customers are the most important people in our business. Our customers aren't dependent on us. We are dependent on them. Our customers are not an interruption. They are the purpose of our work. They are the purpose of why we are in this profession, why we stay in this profession, why we become successful in this profession. It's to work for our customers. Wonderful. So great little subject on listening here. Can't thank Richard Branson enough, founder of Virgin Atlantic Airlines, for providing this for us.
You've just taken a tremendous step forward by watching and applying my Tuesday conference call highlight. Do you desire to learn and earn with our top freight team and Christian-based office? Yes? We're searching for a self-starter who's serious, motivated, and ready to take action now. Is that you? Go to tedkeysonline.com/contacts and enter your contact details right now. We provide top-notch freight agent sales training to you. Then you provide those same skills with confidence to the freight industry marketplace. I'll talk to you soon.